adrenaline junkies. Welcome to Police 911 Chase. June 28, 2023, LAPD officers stopped a black Lexus behind a fast food restaurant when gunfire erupted nearby. Michael Meadows, 44, was seen shooting toward an open store. Officers returned fire.
Just don't drive high. Yes, sir. Because you can get a DUI like that.
Meadows was struck and died at the scene. A silenced 9mm pistol was recovered. One man, one weapon, and a moment that could have ended much worse. A gray BMW was pulled over on the southbound side of Fairfax County Parkway. Suddenly, a black BMW M3 came from the opposite direction, spinning out, crossing the median, and crashing into two cars. One was a community member's vehicle, the other a police cruiser. The officer barely avoided impact. Everyone involved suffered only minor injuries. The 17-year-old driver now faces reckless driving charges. Speed doesn't impress anyone when it ends in flashing lights and hospital beds. A reckless car thief threw Eastlake into chaos within minutes. Seattle police tracked a stolen SUV into the Eastlake neighborhood. The suspect fled, crashed into several vehicles, and nearly struck a child. He tried to run but was taken into custody. 3 officers were injured. Inside the SUV, police found burglary tools and drugs. One reckless moment could have cost an innocent life. November 22nd, 2023. Officers spotted a black and white SUV believed to be stolen and linked to a recent shooting. When they tried to stop the vehicle, the driver immediately sped off. With help from King County deputies, police ended the chase with a piety on Airport Way South. A 32-year-old man was arrested. His female passenger was released. Multiple guns were recovered.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
No one was injured, but one reckless run led to serious charges. May 2nd, 2023. Officers at a subway station were shown an image of Mason Swenor, who had just threatened a young man with a blade. Swenor fled, striking a 74-year-old woman, then stabbing a 61-year-old man during the chase.
I want you to drop
Stabbing, citizen.
Drop the fucking knife.
Northbound Vermont towards
Drop it, I'll shoot you.
Hearing the supervisor.
Drop it or I'll shoot you. Step away from the knife.
14 bar.
Drop. Lay down. I'm not playing with you. You grab that knife, I won't shoot you. You grab that knife, I won't shoot you.
Hey, Airson, can you direct me this info?
Grab it, I'll shoot. Grab that knife.
Repeat your location. Air, free, you guys, I got them. They're going to be just south of Oakwood. They're going to be in a parking lot.
Hey, just drop the knife, bro. Relax, just drop the knife. I won't shoot you.
He was cornered in a parking lot. Still holding the knife, he charged at officers. One officer fired.
Suspect is south of Oakwood.
Swinger survived and now faces attempted murder charges. 3 victims were treated and stabilized. Sometimes fast footsteps and loud commands aren't enough to stop violence in public places. On May 9th, 2024, 27-year-old Melina Logan took a Honda Civic from a dealership and never came back. Officers spotted her on the Palmetto Expressway, weaving through traffic at 90 miles per hour. Dashcam footage shows Logan crashing into several cars before her vehicle became trapped near Northwest 25th Street. But she didn't give up. She jumped out, scaled a wall, and leapt into a pond. Officers threw rescue ropes, but Logan resisted. After a tense struggle in the water, she was arrested. 1 person was hospitalized. Logan now faces multiple charges, including grand theft and battery on a police officer. One impulsive decision behind the wheel turned a test drive into a criminal. Deputies in Hacienda Heights arrived to find Trinidad Velasco inside a truck with gasoline and refusing to cooperate. He sped toward 2 deputies, fled the scene, then returned with a sharp metal object in hand.
Yeah, he's got a weapon in his hand.
Verbal commands were ignored. Less lethal rounds were ineffective. When Velasco charged with the weapon, deputies opened fire.
Get on the floor!
He was treated and hospitalized. No others were hurt. In a mental health crisis, refusal to stop can put lives, including your own, on the line. Seattle police were investigating a report of kids with a gun when a woman was carjacked at gunpoint in Greenwood around 8:30 p.m. The suspects fired a shot in the air, stole her Subaru, and fled. With help from a police helicopter, officers tracked the stolen Subaru and pursued it down State Route 99.
Yeah, that front wheel's disabled. Be ready for it.
Okay, go for fire. Stop! I got right.
The 12 and 13-year-old boys ran on foot, tossed their guns, and were caught soon after. Both were charged with robbery and firearm possession. The 13-year-old also faces charges for evading police. They were booked into a juvenile justice center in Seattle. One reckless decision can set off a chain reaction, even when you're just a kid. What began as a domestic dispute ended in a deadly roadside encounter. Memphis, Tennessee, March 18th, 2023. Deputies stopped 43-year-old Melissa Horton after learning she had allegedly tried to shoot her fiance. When ordered out of the vehicle, Horton instead raised a handgun and pointed it at Sheriff Higgins. Deputies fired in response. Horton was fatally wounded. No officers were injured. One decision, one refusal to comply, left no chance for de-escalation. On April 26, 2024, around 11:45 a.m., Northeast Patrol officers responded to a shooting on East 36th Street. The suspect, 24-year-old John Lopez, had allegedly shot a family member and fled the scene. Air support later spotted Lopez riding a bicycle south on the I-5 freeway. Officers from Northeast and Hollenbeck tracked him as he weaved through traffic. When Lopez turned onto Daly Street, a Hollenbeck officer used a patrol vehicle to intercept him. Lopez lost control and fell. He was arrested without further incident. Lopez was treated for a knee injury and later charged in connection with a violent offense. The firearm was recovered. The victim survived. One heated moment can lead to a lifetime of consequences.
I got his hands. Slow down.
Police were looking for 30-year-old Justin Witten in a domestic violence case. Witten sped off at 70 miles per hour in a 25 zone. Later, officers found him skating through a neighborhood.
Stop! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Put your hands up!
He ignored commands, then reached into his pocket. Officers shouted warnings. One fired. Witten fell. A handgun was recovered. Paramedics arrived, but he didn't survive. No officers were hurt. A single choice in a single second can close every other door.
Right at Tower and Western.
May 24th, 2023, police spotted a vehicle stolen in an armed robbery on I-75 southbound. The suspect tried to escape traffic by veering onto the shoulder, then toward an emergency ramp. An officer used his cruiser to stop the truck. Surrounded, the man tossed his gun, then held a knife to his own neck. After a tense moment, he surrendered. No injuries reported. Sometimes, running only leads to harder places to stop.
Do not move! Do not move!
A black Nissan Altima matching a suspect description appeared on I-75 North. An officer quickly moved in from behind, waiting for backup. The driver began swerving aggressively, speeding through lanes and entering the emergency lane. Lights and sirens were activated, but the suspect refused to stop.
Left lane. Attempted to pit. They still over. We in coming up on the 231. They're going towards the right lane. Have more attempted to continue. Left lane heavy traffic. At the 237, excuse me, continue on the 237. Then on the right shoulder. And just towards the pop opposite shoulder. Still on towards 285, going west, 285. Yeah, go west, 285. Pit. Start 52.
At mile marker 225, with a clear stretch ahead, the officer executed a pit maneuver. The suspect's vehicle spun sideways and slammed into a concrete barrier, heavily damaging the passenger front end. The chase ended swiftly with no injuries reported.
Show me your hand! Show me your hand! Step out with your hands up!
The officer ordered, "Hands up, step out of the car, get on your knees." The suspect was taken into custody shortly after. The dangerous behavior was stopped without a single shot fired. He had one night to turn himself in, but by morning, he chose to run with a gun instead. Tadarius Milan Hunt, 29, was wanted for shooting a rescue worker just one day earlier in Nashville. Officers spotted Hunt on Division Street near 8th Avenue. He opened fire first, striking Officer Clayton Lewis in the leg. Police returned fire, wounding Hunt, who later died at Vanderbilt Medical Center. A 9mm handgun was recovered at the scene. Police pursued a vehicle after an armed robbery at an Atant store on Thornton Road. 3 suspects allegedly stole iPhones at gunpoint, one of them a familiar face from the NFL. The driver refused to stop and sped off. The chase ended in a crash, all caught on Dashcam. A black handgun was recovered at the scene. The main suspect was Quantaris Smith, a former defensive end for the Denver Broncos. A white and black Crown Victoria was spotted on Torch Hill Road, its dark tinted windows drawing attention and signs of street racing. The driver, Camonte Brown, suddenly veered into an abandoned parking lot, then hit the gas, launching a pursuit across multiple busy roads. Brown ran red lights, drove into oncoming traffic with a blown-out tire, ignoring every warning. Pfizer's attempted several Paiti maneuvers, until one finally spun the vehicle on Victory Drive. Brown was taken into custody without resistance. Officers noticed a strong smell of marijuana and glazed eyes. Justice doesn't chase out of punishment, but to prevent tragedy before it's too late. Boone Beach, Florida, April 5th, 2025. Police responded to a 911 call about a man threatening his father with a machete at a local park. When officers arrived, they saw Eden Jules standing firm, weapon in hand, eyes filled with hostility.
No, step back, sir. Step back, sir, step back. No, stop, go on the ground. Get on the ground, go on the ground. Go on the ground. Go on the ground, get on the ground. On the ground, no, on the ground. No, listen, relax, on the ground. On the ground, sir. Sir, on the ground. No. Stop. No. Tell me what's going on. No. Listen, stop. No, what happened? Talk to us. Sir, talk to us. What's going on? Sir, stop. What's going on?
Officers shouted commands, drop the knife, get on the ground, but Jules refused to back down. He screamed and charged directly at them. Gunshots rang out, Jules collapsed. Officers moved in to provide aid, but he did not survive. One reckless charge led to a fatal ending. Should the law be tougher on those who attack police officers? Type yes if you agree. No if you think otherwise.
Right, 31, start EMS.
Jennifer Wilson was caught driving 82 miles per hour in a 65 zone on I-75. When troopers signaled HR to stop, she refused.
White female driver, black hair, 40s.
Kept going, then lost control as she veered off the road. Her SUV rolled several times before stopping in the median.
Yeah.
Hey, fire hydrant, or
She now faces charges for OVI, failure to comply, and loss of control. She's also connected to a hit and run reported earlier that day. Running never erases guilt. It only makes the outcome worse.
EMS is on the way.
A 911 call reported a man threatening civilians with a knife. Sergeant Cody Rogers and his team arrived on scene quickly, giving commands and deploying a taser, but the suspect didn't comply. Instead, he grew more aggressive.
get in your car and lock the doors. Drop the knife. Hey, drop the knife. Drop the knife.
Sergio, no.
Drop the knife.
No, Sergio,
Drop the knife.
Sergio, te van a tirar. No.
Hey, Sergio, no queremos lastimarte. Sergio, no te queremos lastimar.
Hey, buddy.
Within seconds, the man charged at officers with a knife in hand, forcing them to open fire to protect themselves and others. Screams filled the air in the chaos, and when the dust settled, the suspect, Sergio Groover, was pronounced dead at the scene. Nearby, a stabbing victim was rescued and has since recovered. A 911 call came from Leah Baker, asking to be Baker acted and claiming her medication was stolen. Officers arrived to check on her welfare and resolve a dispute between roommates. As Officer McCling knocked on the door, Baker opened it and suddenly lunged with a large kitchen knife. The officer was stabbed in the arm. Despite repeated commands to drop the weapon, Baker picked it up again and charged. More officers arrived. Baker ran at Sergeant. Nobles with the knife. Both officers opened fire.
Get on the ground! Get away from that knife!
Shots fired by the police. Rescue disappearing. 10-20. Get your first aid kit. I got her. Stay down! Stay down! Stay down! Stay down!
Even after being shot, she continued resisting. K-9 officers moved in, and Baker punched the police dog before being subdued with a taser. She was taken to the hospital, but died from her injuries later that evening. Between a mental crisis and violent action lies one wrong decision. Denver police responded to a domestic violence call on West Cedar Avenue, where a man was accused of pushing his wife from a wheelchair and threatening his teenage son. Officers arrived to find Brandon Cole, 36, acting erratically near a parked car.
Let me see your hands. Stop! Shit! Stop!
Listen to what I'm saying, Brandon.
One officer attempted to use a taser, but it failed. Cole then moved toward a second officer despite verbal commands. He was shot as he closed the distance. Officers rendered aid before paramedics arrived. Some confrontations escalate too fast, with no chance to pause. On a July morning in Anaheim, officers responded after a man's. Parents reported disturbing behavior involving a knife and a possible firearm. When police arrived, 50-year-old Elith Nava drove off. During the pursuit, he pointed what looked like a black handgun out the window. Believing it was a real weapon, Officer Pedersen fired multiple rounds. The chase ended back at Nava's home. Both officers opened fire before pulling him from the truck. The weapon turned out to be a BB gun. Nava was struck at least 9 times. Drugs were later found in his system. Officer Pedersen was fired. Staymates was disciplined, a split-second choice, and the fallout lasted far beyond that street.
Hold on. He's reaching.
Late at night in Gunnison, Colorado, a man was found asleep inside a stolen car parked outside an apartment. Officers confirmed the plate matched a vehicle stolen from another county. They gave multiple commands for the suspect to exit the car. He refused to comply, then suddenly accelerated, trying to drive through police units.
Dude! Stop! Stop now! Stop! He's reaching! Show the hands! Hands up now! Put your hands up now! Hands up! Dude! Knock it off! Stop now! He's reaching! Give me your hand! Show the hand! Hands up! Not going anywhere!
One officer was struck and knocked to the ground. Another officer fired his weapon in response. The suspect, later identified as Gary Donald Cooper, 44, was pronounced dead at the scene. The officer was treated for minor injuries, and the shooting was ruled justified when force meets resistance. How quickly must decisions be made? Two men were caught transporting drugs in a parking lot. They tried to flee and crashed straight into an undercover police vehicle. Inside the car, officers found over $13,000 worth of crack cocaine and heroin. One reckless moment now cost them years behind bars. No matter how fast you run, you can't outrun the consequences of a bad decision. In Edmond, Oklahoma, Officer Caleb Hodem was finishing a traffic stop when a stranger approached from behind. Without warning, 22-year-old Ocean Hudson sprayed mace and slashed Hodem's neck, temporarily blinding him. Wounded and disoriented, Hodem fought to keep Hudson from grabbing his weapon as his body cam hit the pavement.
Take the knife away from him.
Sir? Finally, yes. Drop it, drop it, drop it. Sir, drop it.
A passerby stepped in, wrestling the knife away just before backup arrived. Hudson was taken into custody after a taser was deployed. He now faces serious charges. One act of violence and a stranger's courage made all the difference.
Shoot me, man. I got nothing to live.
Bridgeport, Connecticut, 1 a.m. on Saturday. Police responded to the home of 45-year-old Huntley Jackson after a report of a mentally disturbed person.
Right? Yeah, anything about that. He was spitting all over us. I know.
You don't know calm, you don't know reason, you know hospital.
Which hospital do you go to? Sir, can you unlock the door?
See? Why we don't do this.
I just go to the back.
What's your name?
This shit, man.
As Officer Machete opened the door, Jackson charged out shouting and stabbed her multiple times. One officer jumped in to help, while Officer Jesse Jimenez fired 2 shots, bringing Jackson to the ground. Police took him into custody, said he was released from the hospital the same day. Jackson was hit in the torso and is in stable condition. He's now charged with attempted murder.
Drop the knife. Vehicle slowing down, getting off on Winnebago.
A pursuit began when the suspect refused to stop for police, reaching speeds over 100 miles per hour and racing across multiple roads in Winnebago County.
There'll be a white male driver with... Now we're going northbound, Rolling Meadows. Vehicle slowing, 25 miles an hour, still northbound. Still northbound. Pulling into the public training center.
Sheriff 91, Nora 145 is requesting that you box them in if possible.
Now going southbound, Rolling Meadows Drive. 91, we're entering. 91, he's got nowhere to go. Drivers reach around,
The vehicle continued recklessly until it was abandoned near a roadside ditch. As the suspect stepped out, the car rolled backward and struck him. The impact knocked him off balance, but he kept trying to run.
Taking a
Officers quickly closed in and took him into custody without further incident. Speed might take you far, but it won't help you outrun responsibility. The law doesn't chase to punish. It acts to protect the community, and sometimes even you, before things go too far.
Hands out the window! Hands out the window! Hands up! Keep your hands up! Keep them up! Keep them up!
A wanted fugitive out of Lake County was stopped by Volusia deputies in DeLand. The suspect, 39-year-old Randolph Brown, had an active warrant for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
Keep your hands up! Get out! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Watch out, Barry! Watch out, Barry!
Brown rammed 2 patrol vehicles and fled the scene.
Fight in, correct?
Air 2, Air 1, we have the vehicle. Do you guys want to break off? Copy, we're breaking off.
Alright, the silver one, get ready!
Alright, he's passing the Culvers. We're coming up to 92 now. Moderate traffic, heavy traffic. Cutting over to the eastbound lanes, turn lanes. Going into opposing traffic.
Alright guys, let's back off, give it some space, let Air 1 call it. I don't want to keep pushing him any harder.
Still southbound, north, quarter mile out from Kepler now, still eastbound. He's going through the construction, lost control, signal 4 right by the 7-Eleven, signal 4. Stand by.
He drove into oncoming lanes multiple times before crashing in D-Land.
Units running towards the 7-Eleven around eastbound M44.
Parking! Parking red! Parking! Parking red! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do it now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Put your hands on your back!
Central dog got him, dog bite. Taking a 10-12 right now.
He resisted arrest, but was eventually subdued with help from K9 Red. Inside the vehicle, deputies found a loaded gun and a backpack full of drugs. Sometimes running only adds more charges and more victims. Think twice before choosing the wrong way out. A 29-year-old driver gave a false name during a traffic stop, then fled.
I'm gonna spike it.
Deputies suspected DUI, and the pursuit was on.
I'm catching up to you guys, I'll call it. Copy. We're just passing 25th Avenue right now. Yeah, I'm number 3 right behind you guys. Northbound, Slater Canyon, blue, the stop sign. Down the Shady Ellipse Trail, right at Lacey Boulevard here. Coming up to 26. 89 parallel with them on Slater Canyon.
89 paralleling Slater Canyon.
59 hit one of the cones in the middle of the trail to stop cars from driving. We're eastbound 26. 36 is going for pit. Good pit, good pit.
Eastbound 36, good pit.
The truck sped over 60 miles per hour onto the Chehalis Western Trail, then spun into a muddy field after a pit maneuver.
He's still going. Reversing eastbound.
5'9", he's in reverse. Hit a camper, code 10. Got him blocked in. Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Hands! 5'9", not listening to commands, digging in the front. Show us your hands!
Get out of the fucking car now! Hands up, show me your hands! Open the door!
Turn the keys! Yeah, I got his hands, I got his knees, he's trying to start it again.
The driver refused to surrender, forcing deputies to break the window and deploy a taser.
He's locked in, but he's trying to start it again. Taser, taser, taser. Still refusing commands. I got both of his hands here. We're good.
One reckless decision can cost your freedom. The law is waiting, but you still have a choice. Have you ever thought a petty theft could spiral into chaos? It all started with a minor theft at Kohl's and turned into a high-speed chase through busy streets. One of them, later identified as Galleon, walked out with armfuls of unpaid merchandise.
Hands! Show me your fucking hands! Hands! Hands!
Stop now! Stop now!
As police tried to block their SUV, the driver, Robert Hill, slammed into two squad cars and fled.
Washington parking, male black driver, white beater. He's got a flat tire going around the west Chubby's cheesesteak. Speeds are 20. They're going to have to hop the curb to get up here. 768, hop the curb. Still in the bank lot. Going through the tellers here, back through the parking lot of Kohl's. They're gonna go back westbound, gonna come back out on Bayshore. Okay, we are northbound on Bayshore Drive, passing Ulta. Again, ASU 5215. Wanted for retail theft, speeds are 40. There's no traffic. There's no pedestrians, still passing the rotunda.
He did check multiple cars with no truck.
1050 airbag deployment by Zunis. 1050 airbag deployment. Someone check on that car. It's a black sedan. It's gonna go southbound on Fort.
Gotta spin around, but it's still southbound in the northbound lanes on Fort Washington Road.
Stop this at Fort and Silver.
We're gonna go straight through, continuing south. He corrected southbound in the southbound lanes, coming to a red light at the freeway. This is 778 calling. Went through two vehicles here. Doesn't look like he struck either. Continuing southbound. Still has a front flat left tire.
Officers gave chase as Hill sped off, weaving through traffic until he lost control and crashed into a nearby construction site.
Hands! Show me your hands!
Yep.
Stop! Get on the ground!
Hill and the two women tried to flee on foot, but officers quickly surrounded them.
Yeah, we got one guy back there.
All three suspects were arrested. Hill now faces multiple charges, including retail theft and endangering public safety. Sometimes, a quick grab and go turns into a felony chase. Is a cart of merchandise really worth risking lives and freedom?
You want me to? I ain't got
Hands behind your hands behind your back.
Officer Darian Jarrett initiated a traffic stop on I-10. The driver was Omar Felix Cueva, 39 years old, a known felon with a history of drug trafficking, heading eastbound.
Sir, my name's Darian Jarrett. I'm with New Mexico State Police. The reason for the stop is your window tint's a little too dark. Yeah. Do you mind if I open the door? Or if you want to roll down the window more.
Dark?
Yeah. I noticed you got temp tags. You got a registration for the vehicle? Yes, sir. I'll need registration and driver's license. Paperwork I gotta do. Nope. Hey, real quick. You got a fire?
As Jarrett approached the vehicle, Cueva suddenly stepped out, armed with an AR-15, and he opened fire without warning. Jarrett was struck multiple times and died at the scene. A statewide manhunt began immediately.
Fuck yeah! Watch out! Watch out! Hey! Hurry up, brother!
Cueva fled east, firing at officers along the way. Near mile marker 140, he exited the vehicle and kept shooting until officers returned fire and brought him down. Officer Adrian de la Garza was injured during the final exchange and was airlifted to the hospital. Cueva was pronounced dead. Jarrett left behind 3 young children and a pregnant wife. What seemed like a routine stop turned into a deadly ambush in seconds. What happens when a drug deal collapses just minutes before midnight? Police arranged to meet 35-year-old Kayla Cervantes to buy fentanyl at a store on Eastern Avenue. But when Cervantes spotted a patrol car nearby, she panicked and fled. She sped through red lights into oncoming lanes and nearly caused multiple crashes.
Come back northbound, Walker. Northbound.
They're northbound, Walker.
Through the Casey's gas station parking lot. Now Johnny is still in the parking lot. Up to the service road.
The chase ended near I-240 and May with a textbook TVI maneuver that flipped her truck. Officers took her into custody without injuries. Inside, police discovered fentanyl M30, methamphetamine, heroin, and drug paraphernalia. Ever worth risking your life? An officer was stopped at a red light when he saw a motorcycle run through the intersection.
The plate is 26 Foxtrot 7064. You okay? What's that?
People have been almost hitting me all day. I'm trying to
Okay, you want to come over here and just take a seat right here?
No, I don't want to sit
Okay,
right
just,
there.
I'm telling you, take a seat right here. Come here.
I don't care.
Stop. Come here. Get off the bike.
No.
Sit down.
No.
Sit down, dude.
I don't wanna
Come
sit
here.
down. I don't want to sit down and come here. No.
Don't get back on your bike. Don't get back on your bike. Sit down.
Tired of you guys passing me.
Dude, you ran a red light. Just sit down and we'll figure it out, okay? Salgil, what's your name?
The rider initially complied when asked to pull over, but things escalated quickly. As the officer called for backup, Sterling suddenly attacked, striking him in the head and grabbing the taser from the officer's belt. He then pressed the taser to the officer's head, forcing the officer to fire his weapon in a life-threatening moment.
Drop it!
A split-second decision led to a consequence that couldn't be undone. A 65-year-old woman led deputies on a 35-minute pursuit through Pinellas County, Florida, claiming she was a CIA agent. The chase began when she refused commands at an intersection and fled the scene. She rammed a patrol vehicle and kept driving with a shredded front tire after spike strips were deployed. Officers reported she displayed a firearm while ignoring all verbal orders.
Completely flat. It's about to flail off in here a couple seconds.
Driver! Turn the car off! Hands up! Put your hands out the driver window!
Oh, there's a gun. She's pointing it out. Yep.
To contain the threat, a mine-resistant MRAP vehicle performed a pit maneuver to stop her.
Back off a little bit, let the MRAP get in position.
Even then, she remained defiant and aimed a gun toward officers.
Stop! Stop!
Non-lethal methods were attempted before police fired their weapons. Her condition remains unknown, and the investigation is still ongoing.
Firearm, right hand! Firearm, right hand!
When fear overrides logic, or even age doesn't stop a bad decision from escalating.
I'll be out them. It's a white male, blue shirt, gray pants.
A trooper approached a crashed vehicle near the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. The driver, Deshaun Leith, appeared calm at first, then suddenly fled on foot.
I think it's a black man.
Come on, buddy. Step away. Come on, devil. Big step away. Step out. Big step away. You a devil. What's going on, man? What's going on? In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus, watch out. In the name of Jesus, watch out. Watch out. Get hurt. You gonna get hurt. In the name of Jesus, stop, bitch. Hey, Lord, bow down. Jesus, Lord, bow down. Don't touch me, you're gonna die. Next time you touch me, you're gonna die. Next time you touch me, you're gonna die.
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. 5, Team Cleveland. Send me another unit. He's on foot, going down the berm.
Moments later, he returned toward the cruiser. A taser was deployed, but it failed.
That's Jesus, bitch! That's Jesus, bitch! Bitch! That's Jesus!
Yes! Get down on the ground!
Jesus! 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 Okay, let's see. Good well. Let's try to throw Jesus. Go ahead.
Get down on the ground now!
Lay out. I'm strong, I'm a Jesus woman.
A violent struggle followed, and Leith managed to overpower the officer, knocking off his body cam. As bystanders looked on, Leith fled again, this time in the trooper's cruiser.
That's fatal. Because if it's not a Jesus follower, stop right now. If it's not a Jesus follower, stop right now. When we calm and careful, sit your ass down. It ain't no next place mentality. It ain't no next place. It ain't no next place.
A multi-agency pursuit began and ended in North Sewickley, where the stolen unit crashed.
God is seeing you down right now. He's seeing you down right now. And I'm praying in the name of Jesus. There's nothing. There's nothing that's true.
What began as a routine traffic stop in Fairfax, Virginia, quickly escalated into a deadly confrontation.
914, Fairfax Parkway, 4256.
That was a heck of a stop, sir.
I have a gun and I'm armed. I'll let you know. So why did you pull me over?
Your inspection sticker expired last.
Call Joe Biden or call George Bush.
Where's your driver's
No,
license?
there's no. I don't have a driving license.
Why not?
Go back, sit in the fucking car, and leave.
No, sir.
No?
It doesn't work that way.
Okay, so go ahead, do whatever you want to do.
Can I get your name?
No.
No?
No.
Sir, I stopped you for a lawful traffic stop.
I don't give a damn fuck. You lie.
Jamal Wali, 36, grew agitated and hurled insults while officers remained calm. As a second deputy approached the passenger side, Wali handed over his ID and shouted. Then he pulled out a handgun and opened fire.
Hey, no, you reach.
Both officers were hit by a single bullet before a third officer returned fire.
800 Bravo, shots fired.
Okay, 800 Bravo, shots fired.
Wally did not survive at the scene, as body cam footage captured the entire exchange. Police later confirmed he had legally owned the gun, despite past mental health concerns. Wally had once worked with U.S. military forces overseas and lived lawfully in America since 2014. Wally did not survive at the scene, as body cam footage captured the entire exchange.
Hey, where's the ambulance stage and Karen's take me there?
How does someone go from helping soldiers to aiming a gun at peace officers?
Is help. You guys could have been long down the road, probably 15, 20 minutes ago down the road, if you would have just said, here's my ID, and been done, right? It would have solved so much.
I have a herniated disc. I mean, I kind of just...
Let me go check it real quick, Brandon. All right. Hey, Brandon.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. I want to have you turn around for a minute. All right. Turn. No.
Hey, I'm
Brandon.
not going in cuffs.
Hold on. Brandon, we're not doing this. Listen to me.
Hey,
Brandon.
I'm not.
We're done.
I'm not going in cuffs.
Hey, Brandon.
We're done.
Stop.
No!
Brandon.
No!
Stop. Brandon.
What?
Stop. If you don't stop, I'm adding charges to you. You're going to get extra charges.
Stop.
All right, Brandon, we're done. We're done.
Get your hand. Stop. Stop resisting.
Brandon. Christine, stay out of the car.
Do it.
Christine, stay out of the...
What are you doing? Christine, stay out of the car.
We had bear spray.
Christine, please step backwards.
Stop.
Please hit.
Stop. It's just
Christine, please step back. Yes.
Stop.
Christine, listen to me. I need you to stop. Please back up for me.
I'm begging you.
Back up for me.
I'm begging you.
Stop.
Don't do
Christine.
this. We're gonna die.
No, you're not.
We
Christine,
are gonna die.
I need you to back.
They're trying to kill us. They tried to kill us in there.
You're going next.
Please don't.
You're gonna have to bear spray me.
Stop. Stop.
Christine, get out of that car. Christine, deal with her. Christine, back up.
I was in the military. You're gonna have to shoot me. I'm not fucking going.
Stop, Jerry. Hey!
Get him.
Ow! On the ground!
As officers tried to detain him, Griffin resisted, he reached the front seat, and grabbed the gun despite being hit with a taser. One trooper shouted, "He's got a gun!" Then gunfire broke out.
Decoy next 83. Shots fired. Shots fired. Suspect. Officer shot. Officer shot.
Griffin was killed, and one officer was injured but survived. What started as a roadside check turned into a deadly moment just because he refused to comply.
Go back. Go back. Get back. Get back behind my car.
Good. Good.
A traffic stop was initiated for driving left of center, but the driver refused to pull over, and a pursuit began along I-555.
1305 primary. We're about Harrisburg Road, speed 110.
Arkansas State Troopers took over the chase. The suspect exited the highway and was stopped with a tactical vehicle intervention.
Let me see your fucking hands! Get out! Let me see your fucking hands right now! Roll your window down! Roll your window down! Crawl out of the car right now! Get out of the fucking car! I'll kill you right now! Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the car! Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the car! Climb out of the car! It doesn't matter! Get out of the car! Right now! Get out of the car! Keep your hands up. Get out of the car.
The driver, 21-year-old Daylon Powell, was taken into custody. During the pursuit, officers recovered a sandwich-sized bag of marijuana that had been thrown from the vehicle. But this reminds us how a single reckless choice can lead to serious legal consequences. Every decision behind the wheel carries weight, and sometimes it changes everything. Once again, justice has spoken. Don't forget to like and subscribe to catch more thrilling pursuits from 911 Chase.